Are you ready for this? Because Kamala Harris is out with a new ad just a day before what is going to be an epic showdown between lightness and darkness, between good and evil, between democracy and autocracy. Kamala Harris is out with an ad waging psychological warfare on Donald Trump, using the people who were closest to him, using their words against him. It is so smart. My hope is that this ad is seen a million times between now and Election Day, but we can start now by showing it with you. Here it is.
In 2016, Donald Trump said he would choose only the best people to work in his White House. Now those people have a warning for America. Trump is not fit to be president again. Here's his vice president.
Anyone who puts themselves over the Constitution should never be president of the United States. It should come as no surprise that I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year.
His defense secretary.
Do you think Trump can be trusted with the nation's secrets ever again?
No. I mean, it's just irresponsible action that places our service members at risk, places our nation's security at risk.
His national security advisor.
Donald Trump will cause a lot of damage. The only thing he cares about is Donald Trump.
And the nation's highest-ranking military officer.
We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Take it from the people who knew him best. Donald Trump is a danger to our troops and our democracy. We can't let him lead our country again.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Wow. I'd love to know what you thought about that. And first, if you like this video, please go ahead and like the video. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Is the best way to help the channel. Thank you so much. But what I loved about that, first off, there's three things I want to say. One is that clearly they're trying to set the stakes of the debate. They're trying to set the narrative of the debate. This is, I would be shocked if she does not bring this up tomorrow. So this is a preview of one of their many arguments that she's going to make to say that Donald Trump is clearly unfit to ever do this again, because the people who have worked closest with him are not going to be supporting him this cycle. That's a huge story. Second, it does feel like a potent message. I don't know why we don't say this more. I mean, I say it, but I don't know why this isn't discussed more, because the people who know Donald Trump best think he is not fit to be president. Of course, we all know that because we have two eyes and ears and we experienced the past 4 years. But some people need to be told by authorities, authoritative figures. And I think this is a really potent message that I hope will cut through. And I do hope that they repeat this ad and they start repeating this talking point between now and November. Because the only way that ads like this and messaging works is by repeating it over and over and over again. That is what Donald Trump is genius at. Or maybe it's some sort of condition he has. But he's able to repeat a lie over and over and over again until it becomes the truth in a lot of people's minds. So I think Kamala Harris and the campaign needs to take this truth and repeat it over and over and over again so that it actually seeps into the public consciousness. And secondly, or thirdly, I just want to know why this isn't a bigger deal for the media. Like I said, the people who know him best are the least likely to support him. Shouldn't that be totally disqualifying? And let's not forget, the reason why this all matters is because you do not win presidential campaigns by appealing to your base. And I think so much of the media gives Donald Trump a pass because they're like, well, it doesn't matter to his voters. It doesn't matter to his voters. Well, sure, I guess that matters in a primary. But Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have to win over the same swing voters. So my guess is that messaging like this, well, I mean, I don't know how you can be undecided in this election, but there are people who are truly swing voters. God bless them. I've never met one, but God bless them. Have you ever met a swing voter? I would like to interview one. Like, what is there to swing about? You know, but whatever. But the media acts as though because Donald Trump has a fervent base, I think it's about 35% of the country, let's say, that he gets a pass and everything because it doesn't matter to his voters. Well, I think we need to change that framing because it does not make Kamala Harris has a very strong base too. But, you know, what they have to do is win over the 10% of people who are going to win this election in across about 5 to 7 states. And I have some, I want to wake you up. This is probably going to be better than caffeine at waking you up, because, and I don't mean to freak you out, but here is Nate Silver, who is loved and hated by many. He has a model that determines which candidate is most likely to win the popular vote and the Electoral College. And he has a probability of what is likely to happen on election day based on all of the data we have from polling. You can argue with the methodology or whatever, but I want to show you this because this is not a runaway election, okay? And if anything, we are their underdogs. So they get this outcome by running 40,000 simulations of an algorithmic model, okay? And as it stands today, Donald Trump has a 63.8% chance of winning, and Kamala Harris has a 36% chance of winning the Electoral College. Now, when we go to popular vote, as you can see here, Kamala Harris is favored to win the popular vote. So if that doesn't terrify you, if this doesn't terrify you, then you're not paying attention. So this thing is not set in stone. Now, of course, this can switch too. This can all switch. And Nate Silver has been wrong more often than he's been right. But just to say that the data is very much so saying that this is a toss-up. This is a toss-up. And so if this freaks you out, then my question for you is, what are you doing today to make sure that this prediction is wrong? Because you have the power and the opportunity for the next 57 to 56 days to change the outcome of this election, to make sure that Kamala Harris wins. And so I invite you to do something today. If you're anxious, talk to a family member in a swing state. Talk to a friend in a swing state. Make sure that people are registered. There's a lot you can do yourself. Sign up to volunteer. But it's going to take each and every one of us to make sure that Donald Trump never steps foot in the White House again. And it starts with you.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?